Hey, good afternoon. It's Brian Johnson. Welcome to my Monday night training. I am fresh off the car from being back from South Padre Island with my family. So I'm super enthusiastic to be reconnected with you tonight. So if you've been following my videos over the last 3 days, you'll see that I've been out in the ocean doing some stuff, been thinking about, you've been putting together some training topics for today, and I really think that you're going to enjoy tonight because I'm literally going to get down and dirty with you in a sense that I'm going to share with you exactly the struggles and the challenges that I have been through, put myself through most importantly. I'm going to share with you exactly what I've been through, no holds barred. I'm going to be completely Brian with you, and my invitation to you is to be Jen or whomever you may be. Welcome, Jen. You're in a completely secure space, which I think is important for you to know and understand. And if you're wondering what that thing is over my head there, that is my little bird house. Sometimes birds hang out in there. I've got a little bird that lives in there, and I kind of like to check them out and hang out with them too. So what's up, Jennifer? So what's up, Terry? So if you are with me for the first time, which is a great possibility that you are, first off, I appreciate you. My veterans, I appreciate you so much too. You're in a great place. We have a really amazing group of people and family members here, really sincere, people who hold to integrity and people who are genuinely concerned about their health and generally concerned about making a difference in the planet. And that means with each other as well as a group and the community that we have. So I am super blessed to be able to share with you and to have the amazing people. What's up, Thomas? And have the amazing people that get to show up and get to connect with me. And the reason why I do these, what's up, Mom, is really to connect with you, is to share the things that God has blessed me with to help you make a bigger impact in your own life first, and then for you to naturally be able to share the wisdom and stuff that God shares with me through your family, through your people, through your loved ones. It's important for you to use it first. There's some body language seeing differently. So, if this is your first time, welcome. What's up, Miss Audrey Nicole? If you live in Arizona, I just posted an event. I will be doing a live event on the 29th at 7 p.m. I think it's Pacific time. You can check my wall, my personal page, Brian Johnson, or Think Great, Lose Weight, either one. We're doing a live free event with my buddy Jeremy Eugene Wilson, which if you are around the surrounding area or you choose to fly in, completely okay with me. We're going to be doing an amazing stuff. Awesome. That's great. So if you're in Austin, Texas, or you're not, and you would like to connect with my Qigong coach and my disease reversal nutrition coach, he's going to be here in Austin this month on the 26th through the 29th for only $99. You can get more information at Qi Revolution, spelled Q-I Revolution.com. Super amazing. I owe so much stuff to my coach, Jeff Primack. He's been a super amazing blessing to me. And a lot of you who have been involved in our nutrition series and things like that, and the things that I talk about, this is definitely where a lot of that information comes from. So, welcome, Miss Danny. What's up, Teresa? Hey, Audrey. So, for those of you that are just joining me, if you don't mind, please share, because I never know who it's going to impact. All I'm going to do is show up and do what I do, and if you feel called, I would appreciate it if you share. If you don't feel called to do that, it's completely fine too. Just use it for yourself, and if it makes sense, awesome. If it doesn't, that's awesome too. So here's my first question on the table, and this is a response required. And my first timers, if you're a first timer, just type first timer in the space below in the message box, so that way I can make sure that you're taken care of. My assistant Jocelyn Britton is on. She is super helpful. Jocelyn and I have worked together for probably 8 or 9 years back when I was running clubs at 24 Hour Fitness. So it's great to be reunited with you and for you to be able to help me streamline this and ultimately be able to make a better impact in your life, because it allows me to connect and to do more of the things that I'm great at versus doing a lot of the stuff that I do not like to do. So here's my first question for you, and this is a response required. This is not a rhetorical question. My question number one is, do you dread Mondays? And be completely authentic, completely honest, because you're only doing yourself disjustice when you do that. And I love you no matter where you're at. And everyone here on our call does the same, because we have a solid group of people and a solid group of human beings here. And I noticed that my face is almost as red as my shirt because I got lots of sun this weekend. So question on the table, response required. Do you dread Mondays? And I'm going to drink some water. Yes. I have a feeling that about 80% of people on here will say, yes, I dread Mondays. This is going to be great. You're going to love tonight. So 2 on the table so far. Down, down. Jocelyn, would you look up how to get me some Jeopardy music so I can play that when I'm asking questions and we can interject that? Put that on our notes. So that a yes or a no, Jen, veteran? No, I actually like going back to work. Good. What's up, Francis? For those of you that require some extra support, Chris is on here as well, my business partner, one of my best friends. You definitely can connect with him if you're not able to connect with me. Each is the same. So, all right. So far we got a 50-50 split. And as the replay viewers come aboard, because you're going to watch this video other than Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time later this week, question to you is, do you dread Mondays? I am on these conversations all week long. So when you put a response or something on there, I'm totally going to go back and check it out. And it is me communicating with you. So be secure and enjoy filled. Indeed. All right. What's up, Diana? You look like a newbie. All right. So check it out. Honestly, I used to dread Mondays too. And I'm going to share with you a story about some of my experience. And here's the thing. Without contrast, you can't truly enjoy what you may have in front of you right now because you may not even realize that it's a blessing. So you may be 3 feet from gold and have no idea that you're even that close. The story goes like this. I'm going to share with you the 3 feet from gold story. What's up, Danny? Awesome. Thank you for sharing. So the 3 feet from gold story, and this is a Napoleon Hill story. I didn't make this up. So there was a guy, cashed in his life savings, went and borrowed a bunch of money from his friends, mortgaged his house, took out everything that he owned in search of gold. He was like a gold rush. He knew he had a spot locked down. He had multiple conversations with people who had been there and saw the gold coming out of there. Like he literally knew it was going to happen. So he went all in and tripled down everything that he owned. Packed up his stuff, got his shovels, got everything that he could. Oh, awesome. Well, I appreciate you showing up this time, and I appreciate you for sure. Packs all his stuff up, goes out west, as the old song goes, and starts digging for gold. What's up, Spencer? And he was literally digging for gold and digging for gold. And by day 2, day 3, no gold. And he's sitting there having a conversation with himself at night over his little fire going, man, I didn't sign up for this. I thought this was going to be a lot easier. He goes, I'm going to give it one more day. If I don't find anything, I'm just going to go back and tell my friends and my family I lost my house. I lost everything that we did. And how can I ever repay you? So he starts up early the next morning, gung-ho, just knowing he's going to find some gold. He's digging, he's sweating profusely. He skips lunch. That's how prepared he is to find gold. Well, the end of the day rolls around, and he has no gold. So he's like, man, I can't do this forever. I'm working my butt off over here, and I'm not getting any reward. There's no way I can continue doing this. I'm just going to pack up my stuff and roll out. So that's what he did. He packed up his stuff and rolled out and gave up his dream, gave up all he invested, his life, his finances, his energy, his whole being, leaving his family, leaving his current job, everything. He put it all away and on the back burner to move forward to look for gold. And he quit. So there's this next guy. Same fervor, same intensity, like I'm going to totally find gold. And what happened was he went back to the same spot that the first guy went to. Only this time he was super determined to find it. He goes, I'm not giving up for anything. So the guy gets there, unpacks all of his stuff, starts digging. Day 1 goes by, no gold. Gets up next morning, I'm doing this. I'm not going to quit. I am not a quitter. Goes through day 2, no gold. Night 3, he's talking to himself saying, man, what did I do? I have no money. I have no food. I have nothing. I'm out here all alone digging for gold. I am not a quitter. I'm willing to do what's necessary, and I'm willing to be uncomfortable to push through what I seem to be feeling as uncomfort. Okay, I'm going to do this. So he gets up the next morning, day 4. Digs, finds nothing. He finally goes scrummaging around for lunch. He goes, man, I'm so hungry and thirsty. I got to find some meat. So he went out in the woods and he found a rabbit and he killed it and he cooked it and ate it and did his deal. And he's like, all right, I feel much better. I'm going to take a nap for a few minutes, rest, regather my composure, and I'm going to go do some more work. I'm not quitting. Goes back. Day 5. No gold. He's like, dude, what am I doing? He goes, I literally mortgaged everything that I have, my family. I left my kids. I left everything to come down here for gold, and I'm not leaving without it. I'm going to do it again in the morning. Gets up, digs and digs and digs, sweating profusely. His shovel breaks. He's like, oh my God, this has got to be a sign that I'm not supposed to have gold. My shovel just broke. What can I do? So he sits there, he piddles around, he figures out how to get it to work again, and he gets it all put back together, and he starts digging some more, and then night comes around. He goes to sleep. No gold. Can't sleep. He's like, dude, I can't go back to failure. I'm going to push forward and see if I can make this happen. Day 7 rolls in. Bam! Jackpot! Literally. 3 feet from gold. The guy who left beforehand had left. All he needed was about 6 to 7 more days of application, of consistency, of giving himself permission to move forward and be uncomfortable. And he would have had gold. Now, here's my question to you. Are you in a place right now in your life where you may find yourself quitting? You may find yourself giving up on your dream. You may just saying, you know what, this is not going to work. And honestly, I've totally been in the same place thousands of times. The key is this. Failure does not exist until you quit. From now on, I invite you to adopt the mindset of everything that happens in your life is only feedback. It's feedback. It's feedback to whether you get to adjust your mission. It's feedback to whether you get to adjust your mindset. It's feedback to whether you get to adjust what you're focusing on and putting your attention towards, because everything that's going on in your life is only feedback. If you do not like what you see, guess what? You can change it. You can change it. And most people have been led to believe by our society and by our government that we are victims of circumstance. And when life happens to you, that's just what you get. When your body comes down with a disease, that's just what you get. And that is false. It's completely false. That leads you to believe that you have no power as a human being and that you are completely susceptible to whatever life throws your way. Within reason, some of that is accurate. Within 90% of it, that is false. You can totally change. You can totally recess genes. You can calm down things that have been existent in your family genealogy for years and generations of being able to change it and literally being able to create what you choose to. You may say, Brian, I don't know about that. Well, let's talk about that. The only way I can talk about that is to literally give you some real life experiences to what I've actually experienced myself. So here's my 3 feet from gold story. And it's nothing overnight. And it was nothing but 7 days of digging for gold. I mean, because I literally have been on my mission to create massive value and make a difference in the world since I was probably 12 to 15. I knew that I was meant for something way bigger than what I was experiencing and knew that I had big things on the horizon, just did not know what. There's times when I had jobs, thank God my dad, if you're listening to this is funny, you'll get a kick out of this. So my dad got me a job one time when I was 18 years old as a laborer. Yeah, manual labor. Okay, a lot of it. I literally worked in a Houston gasoline shutdown unit in the middle of summer. It had to be at least 115 degrees in the plant. I had full-length fire-retardant coveralls from head to toe, long sleeves, steel-toe boots. I had a hard hat on. I had a breathing mask. I had lanyards tied off to me, and I also had an 80-pound jackhammer, of which I was supposed to be 80 foot up in the air on a scaffold, chipping concrete 100 foot in the air. Now, I'm going to be completely Brian with you and honest with you. I loved my job so much, here's what I did. I literally set my jackhammer down on the pallet, crawled down 100 foot, walked myself over to the nearest porta potty, opened the door, sat in it, filled, locked it, and took a nap. That's how much I loved my job. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, I have a very vivid sense of smell and very vivid memory of seeing all of the colorful jokes on the walls and just remembering going, oh, wow, this is not for me. And fortunately enough, I started working with my dad at a very young age, 6 to 7 years old. I was not staying home at summer watching TV all day long. I was mowing yards or doing whatever. I was constantly doing something. So I am no stranger to manual labor. I do not like getting my hands dirty anymore. My choice and method of creating value is through my wisdom and knowledge that God has blessed me with. Period. I'm okay with doing manual labor if it comes time where it's necessary. If I have a choice, I choose not to do that. I choose to use my brain to create value. Now, wherever you're at on that totem pole, or wherever you're at on that spectrum, there's always now to get clear on what you're choosing to experience. And guess what? Until you get clear on what you're choosing to experience, expect more of what you're getting. And if you don't like it, then guess what? You have total responsibility and capabilities to change it. All of it. Now, there's going to require skill sets. There's going to require mindsets and things like that because, like Gary Keller says, success is 90% mindset, 10% action. Success is simple, not easy. And it honestly is. You just get to keep making adjustments and keep making adjustments. Now, during my journey, for those of you that have known me for a while, I've been suicidal. I've been obese 3 different times, 250 pounds 3 different times. Had some challenges with drugs in my past. Invested some of my time in jail for sure. And it was really these all experiences what really God used to wake me up. Now this is really important. Probably one of the most important parts of our talk right now. The depths of your turmoil determines the heights of your trajectory. So if you are experiencing major challenges in your health, major challenges in your emotional well-being, major challenges in your physical well-being, major challenges in your relationships, major challenges in your job or your career, you just realize you know for a fact deep down that you are not maximizing your potential. No matter how crazy your experiences have been, I assure you, every one of them, every one of your messes can and will be used as your message when you allow God to work through you. That honestly was the only way that I was able to turn around my messes and create successes out of them. Now, 3 feet from gold may be 10 years from gold. It may be 15 years from gold. It may be 3 days from gold. I'm not sure where you're at on your journey. The key is, neither do you. So when you find yourself questioning yourself, doubting yourself, asking, am I ever going to be successful? Question is, I don't know. Are you? Are you willing to do what most are not? Statistically speaking, you are not. And I love you. And then I am also going to speak some life and some truth into you, because if you're on my training right now, you've already agreed and you are committed to being your best, which means you are not a statistic. You're taking time to invest in yourself. You're taking time to learn from someone who's doing it. You're taking time to learn skill sets and mindsets that are ultimately going to empower you with the truth so you can take the correct actions. So you can align yourself with the people in your life and in your sphere of influence that can help you get there faster. Because one thing that I will assure you, and this is Jonathan Sprinkles right here, one of my clients, this guy right here. Super guy, check him out, Jonathan Sprinkles, America's Connection Coach. That's the man right there. This guy speaks for Disney, speaks for Verizon. I've learned so many things from him, and we get to share having some amazing conversations. But here's the thing with him. Outside of him saying, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, he also says that no matter who you are and where you're trying to go, a relationship can always get you there faster. Okay? So, are you 3 feet from gold right now? and have no idea. The question on the table is are you going to quit? Are you going to reformulate your strategy? Are you going to connect with someone who's already doing what you're trying to do? Are you going to find someone to model their business and model how they're going about creating value in the world? Because ultimately, no one but you can share your gift. No one can do what you can. It is imperative that you share your gift. We are not taught to share our gifts in our current level of education and our current level of systems that are set up by our upper level management, so to speak. These systems are not set for you to thrive. They're teach you to be a sheep. My encouragement to you today is to get serious about your life and to get committed to your results. Only then will you be successful. And Chris, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And that's something that I live by, period. That's how I retain so much crazy information. I study it consistently. I live it. I am it. I've studied it so much, it's just a part of the way that I am, the way that I think, and the way that God operates through me. And honestly, my encouragement to you is to find what works for you. Don't try to be a Brian, be a Jen, be a Chris, be a Spencer, be whoever you are, and be the best version of you. Period. Show up and be the best version of you every day. Period. And when you're not, guess what? This is a rider downer. For those of you taking notes and those of you that have my notes, this is a rider downer. When you fall off the wagon, notice I did not say if you fall off the wagon. When you fall off the wagon, you give yourself permission to forgive yourself. Quote unquote. I give myself permission to forgive myself. And I recommit. I recommit to my health. I recommit to my well-being. I recommit to my family. I recommit to my relationship. I recommit to my career. Whatever that may be. The faster you can receive the forgiveness that God has already laid up for you and stop beating yourself up is the faster that you will basically move forward in your life. And I'm going to give you a quick example. So when I came out of jail, I literally beat myself up for about 7 years. 7 years I had this 50-pound brick in my backpack. And honestly, one day I was like, you know what? Half, if not more, of the prophets in the Bible invested a vast majority of their life in jail. Honestly. So, if that's being said, what does that mean about myself? Because here's the deal. I don't work for anyone else. I work for myself. I work for God. I allow God to work through me, which means that if God opens my doors, He is a door no man can shut. So why would I consistently beat myself up over something that was already long and done 7 years ago? And to be honest, I work with some of the biggest people on the planet right now. And I'm not saying that as a pat on my back. I'm saying that as I'm super blessed. And you know how many times they've ever asked me about my past, what happened 10 years ago? None. They don't care. All they care about is you showing up your best today and that your background is not in your foreground. And by the person you are becoming and the person that you are, you're going to attract the people that vibrate and match your emotional equivalent. You will create the opportunities for these people to come into your life by how you feel and how you show up emotionally. Very important. Okay? So, do you have any specific challenge right now? Okay? Do you have any challenges with your career? Honestly, nowadays getting a job and working for the man and doing a 40-year paid in full with your pension, all that stuff is out the window. That is no longer applicable. Companies go down all the time. So my encouragement to you is to take full responsibility for you and your outcomes, leaving nothing for anyone else to take care of. Okay? That means you get to show up and honestly, like, here's what I would do right now. Repeat after me. I give myself full permission to take full responsibility for my current level of now and my outcomes. And I am enthusiastic about my life and what I am creating. Awesome. So are you having challenges in your career? Are you having challenges in your health? Are you having challenges in your relationships? Are you having challenges in your mental capacity? Are you having challenges in your outcomes as far as sabotaging yourself? If you are having any of those challenges that I just mentioned, just type one word: challenge, relationship, money, emotional well-being, physical health, career, just whatever it is, type it down so I can detail some thoughts out for you. And that's really, Mike, honestly, like when you get into corporate, I'm not saying this about all of them by any means, because there are some really amazing companies out there, and you know, if you're working for one of them, you know who that is. And you also know there's some ones that really just know that you are a expendable human being. That's how it was when I worked a 24-hour. It's how good are you today. It's not what you did get yesterday. It was a great learning ground, a great environment to learn and to grow and to be challenged consistently, right? Way out of my box, constantly in charge of numbers and numbers and numbers and numbers. I'd really create massive value and allow the numbers to take care of themselves. So there is a way to do that, okay? So when is now a good time to create the life that you desire and, most importantly, deserve? And ultimately, you already know this. This is just review. Now is really the only time that we actually have. Right now is it. So if you're investing all your time being concerned about what's going on tomorrow and quote unquote, I'll worry about that tomorrow, well, my invitation to you is, why even worry about it then? Instead, you may say something like, I'm going to focus on that tomorrow. I'll put some attention towards that today. I'll put some energy on that tomorrow. Whatever. Your words will by far be the fastest way for you to upgrade your life. I'm going to say that again. Your words that come out of your mouth will be the fastest way for you to upgrade your life. Period. What you say is what creates your thoughts. It's what creates your actions. It's what creates your behaviors. It's what creates your emotional vibration. And it's ultimately what creates what your body is vibrating and resonating out. I can tell you immediately where someone is functioning by the words that are coming out of their mouth and what they are saying. Not from a place of judgment. From a place of here's what's returning to you. And if you're serious about upgrading your life, the first thing that gets to happen is you upgrading your language. And naturally, you can see how big of an impact that will make in your life. All right. We're going to go for a couple more minutes. Okay? So here's what's available to you. Okay? Support. Accountability. Coaching. And basically self-upgrade systems. And it's all going to be a choice. It has to be a choice. You have to choose. You get to choose to be your best. What's up, Joe Cuellar? So are you open-minded to creating results in half of the time? I am. Even less than that if possible. The faster I've given myself permission to get out of my own way, the faster I have seen amazing things happen. The faster I have given myself permission to be comfortable being uncomfortable, the faster I've seen miracles happen in my life. The faster I've expressed and walked and given more opportunity to walk in faith, the more miracles I've seen in my life. And it's important to understand that we don't serve a God of miracles back in the day. That's right now. All you get to do is learn the laws that He has provided for us and utilize them and line up with them. That's it. All the stuff I'm talking to you about is in our Emotional Breakthrough series, so you literally can understand the laws, you can understand the words, you can understand why I say certain things, and you can, I predictably get miracles. It honestly, like the stuff that I used to ask myself, is a miracle really going to happen? I'm talking to myself when I'm coaching someone. I'm talking to myself. I'm like, oh no, is this really going to happen? Is this really going to happen? Bang! Happens. It's happened so many times. I literally, humbly expect miracles to happen every time I use language of influence, every time I use body language, every time I use emotional code. It happens every time. This is literally the fastest way for you to catch what your subconscious is communicating to you, through you, and it helps you to understand where your current level of emotional consciousness is, where you're functioning at. And unless you can catch yourself and make upgrades, there is no changing, because you're just living in the reactionary state versus being able to observe what's going on in your life and realize, hey, you know what? I don't like my current job. I don't like my boss. I don't like the way my relationship's going. I don't like the way my health is. I don't like the way that my body feels. Any of this stuff. Until you can consciously recognize it and then say, okay, how can I change this? And what would I like it to look like? Until you can ask yourself that authentically. Notice I said authentically. Not from a place of judgment. Like, oh, dang it, Brian, when you do that, guy, you're such a jackass, cancel, I'm a genius. I've done that lots of times in that exact order. Bam, Brian, you're a jackass, cancel, I'm a genius. That's how you catch yourself. You catch yourself with your internal dialogue and you make a shift, because here's the deal. Everything that you say, your subconscious is literally giving you code for it. All the words are code. The amount of times that you may stutter is code. When you have a pain, a symptom, or a disease, or an illness that goes on, that's code. That's all emotional code. There is so much stuff going on. Literally, if you and I were in the same vicinity and we were hanging out and I were to show you all of the stuff that is going on, you probably would trip out, because I trip out. I was like, this is really all going on right now. All going on right now. And people have no idea. None. From the type of animals that show up in your life, to the type of people, to the experiences of you stubbing your toe, walking by the door, and it happens to be your big toe, and then the next day it's your pinky toe. That all means something. It's not because you're clumsy. Yes, and that means something. So when you understand all the cues that are being given to you through your environment, there's no way for you not to thrive. There's no way for you not to be successful when you understand the cues that are going on in front of our faces. And until you wake up to see and to understand what's really going on, there is no changing. And my invitation to you is like, look, if you're more serious than curious, let's have a conversation about your unique situation. I assure you, there is information, wisdom, and skill sets that are available to you that will change your life. Period. Not talking a week from now, not talking a month from now. I'm talking as soon as you start to use them consciously and you consistently use them, you will notice a difference. There's ample of people on my training now who have been implementing systems that we've talked about, who've had life-changing results. If you had, just type yes. And honestly, you have the same opportunity to do so. And here's where we're going to stop. It's a good point. I'm going to get my trainings back down to about 30 minutes, because I know sometimes an hour can be a stretch, and I just got off of traveling for 12 hours. So I love you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Allow me to support you. If you would like to connect with me, in the post above, my online scheduler is there. If you would like to connect with me and something does not work, connect with Jocelyn Britton. She is on here as well. If you have any questions, you can totally post them in the group here, or you can post them, you can shoot me a message. Either one, doesn't matter. Right now is your time. There is no tomorrow. If you go to bed right now and you wake up tomorrow and you don't make any changes, are you going to be happy with where you're at a year from now? Now, just be serious for a moment. You can laugh at it later. Be serious for a moment. Are you going to be happy with where you're at right now if you wake up tomorrow and then a year from now you do not change? Are you going to be happy? What if you don't make any changes 5 years from now? Are you going to be happy? And look, it doesn't mean rearranging your life right now. It means making progress. It means let's make this shift today. Let's make this shift today. Let's talk to this person tomorrow. Let's see how we can connect. Let's see what value I can bring to this person's life so they can in turn share their gifts with me. What active actions can I create consistently in my life to change my mindset and my habits? What am I willing to listen to? How teachable am I? Am I willing to be uncomfortable? How fast can I implement? What will I implement? All of those are questions you can ask yourself. One of my favorites, this is Jocelyn's now favorite too, is how can I feel even better right now legally? I think that's important. How can I feel even better right now? Because when you feel great and you are functioning in love and enthusiasm, guess what? This is your prime place to create miracles and to attract more goodness in your life, because what you put off, you attract. If you're putting off garbage, you're going to attract garbage. If you're putting off, I'm broken and I don't love myself, I've done this too, you're going to get I'm broken and I don't love myself experiences. And it's going to take you a while until you learn your lesson. If you don't die first, you will learn your lesson hopefully at some point. My idea for you is to literally cut down that time in half to 75% of the time. And why not start experiencing heaven on earth today? Right now. Why wait a year? Why waste time? Enough time has been wasted. And I speak to myself. I think about some of the stuff I used to do. I'm like, thank you for allowing me to live, because I wasted some time. I'm not interested in wasting time. I'm interested in maximizing my time, sharing massive value, and creating a massive difference on the planet right now. And if you're in, now's your time. Have an amazing day. What's up, Simon? I will see you on, what's up, Jeanette? I will see you back on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time for part 2. Make sure you hop on our email list if you have not already so you can get my notes. And here's the last thing. Take action. Do something now while this is fresh in your brain. Do not go to sleep and not take any action. I don't care if you need to wash your car, if you need to clean your closet. Do something. If your closet's dirty, clean it. If your car is dirty, clean it. That's the first thing. If anything is dirty in your life, that's the first sign that you have things that are unfinished in your emotional body. The best gift that you could give yourself is to clean that up now. Second, even first, before that, is give yourself permission to forgive yourself. Do some inventory. If you notice that your stomach's tight, that's fear. If you notice that your chest and your throat's tight, that's sadness. If you notice that your back and your neck is tight, that's anger. Welcome, Micah. Just do the work. If you would like more information on the stuff that we talk about, go to Think Great Lose Weight YouTube station. There's over 400 videos on there. You have more freaking content than you could consume for a year straight, period. Dig in. Take advantage of it. It's free. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. So, for those of you that are more serious and curious and ready to have me help you with your unique situation, let's set up a time to chat. And let's see how I can connect and see how I can support you on your journey. Let's create some miracles. So, awesome. If you're anywhere around Arizona, April 29th, make sure you check out the event that I just posted on my wall. I'm going to be doing a free event with my man Jeremy Eugene Wilson in Arizona, Sedona. Looking forward to definitely creating some awesome stuff with him. And as you know, a lot of you, I have no idea what's going to happen. I just show up. God has all this already planned out. I just get to show up. If you're in New York, I'm also going to be doing a training or doing a live event on September the 30th in Queens with my man Roz Slaughter. So if you're in the fitness space, this is definitely a fitness marketing event. You're more than welcome to come. If you're not in the fitness space, doesn't matter to me. If you're in New York, come by, say hi. Let's hug it out. I'm a hugger for sure. And just to let you know, I really appreciate you. I appreciate your time, because let's be honest, the most important resource that you could ever have is your time. Don't waste it. Don't waste it with mindless crap that you're putting in. Like, I'm totally opposed to TV. I watched some this weekend when I was on my vacay, in the hotel room. And if it wasn't for the Olympics, my God, what a waste. Everything that was on was people shooting and killing, the murder, and talking about the Ezekiel spider, the Ezekiel mosquito. For Christ, that's crap. That's all a program. The news is programming you to live in fear. Choose this day whom ye shall serve. You cannot serve fear and faith at the same time. My encouragement to you is to let your fear go and love your fear into your courage and your faith and walk forward in that position. Is this AJ's event? No, this is Raw Slaughters. AJ will be there though, Spencer. Awesome, Jeanette. Which one are you going to be at? And Kelly Ann, anything close to South Carolina? Not that I'm aware of yet, although I have no idea. This is what's on the slate right now. So if you have any questions, let me know. I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you so much. And I'll see you at 8 o'clock Wednesday, Central Standard Time. Make sure you plug in tomorrow. Same time, same station. Same time, same bat station with Chris Vanberg. Queens. Oh, awesome. I'll be looking forward to make sure that you and I connect. So make sure when you're there that you come grab me and tell me who you are. And it may take me just a second as I scroll through my Rolodex and make sure I get everybody. And then I'll connect your name with the face. So awesome, Jeanette. I appreciate you, Miss Audrey Nicole. Sorry, ladies and gents, that's all I have. I appreciate you. I love you so much. And most importantly, love yourself. If you don't do that, you're already off your mark. I'll be the one that... Oh, I got you. Awesome. I do remember you. Perfect. So, hey, I'll see you soon. All of you have an amazing night. And if you need something or if you require some assistance, some support, whatever, check me out. I'll talk to you soon. And remember, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. Bye-bye.